I first met Alyona Agapov in October of 1976 when I was traveling through eastern Russia. Alyona lived in a tiny locality by the name of Bereznik, and at the time she was already an intuitive of substantial renown. For those unfamiliar, an intuitive is not unlike a psychic, medium, or spiritualist. However, Alyona was very particular about her terminology and insisted on being referred to as an intuitive, one who shares a connection with the spiritual world. Back then, Alyona was known primarily for the seances she performed, wherein she would connect the living with her loved ones who had recently passed away. By all accounts, she was extremely reliable in providing comfort to those in mourning. It was for this reason that I visited her, as my own mother had recently passed. I remember entering her tent for the first time. There was a thick scent of perfume, and I was surprised to find a woman not much older than myself. She had a calming presence about her. When she spoke, her voice floated, and her words seemed to hang in the air. She wore simple, brightly colored robes, and around her neck were the blessed mala beads. While exactly what she told me I will keep to myself, I must say that Alyona was incredibly accurate. She spoke of my deceased mother and told me things which no other person could have known. Alyona also commented on my romantic future, which I can now say she predicted with startling accuracy, and spoke to me of my past lives. I knew immediately and unequivocally that this woman was connected with the spirit world. As you might expect, Alyona and I became fast friends. We shared much in common, including a fascination with magical items, an interest in the spirit world, and a passion for travel. We spent many hours discussing spirituality, mysterious magics, and our past lives. When I asked her about how she acquired her abilities, she explained to me that she had been able to sense and communicate with spirits from a very young age. However, to truly connect with the spirit world, she told me an intuitive needs an item to channel their abilities. For Alyona, this item was her mala beads. Every day, Alyona would bless each and every individual bead she wore. She would also bring the beads to holy sites, places of spiritual significance, churches, mosques, temples, and the like, because bringing them to these places strengthened her connection to the spirit world. This is why Alyona traveled the globe. She empowered her mala beads through meditation and prayer on spiritual grounds. Alyona became one of my closest friends. In the 1980s, she spent several years in Peru. In the 1990s, she lived in Southeast Asia, and in the 2000s, she traveled across Africa. Throughout all of her wanderings, her focus was on visiting holy sites, and always, she brought with her the mala beads. When Alyona passed away in 2019, I was, of course, devastated. She was a dear friend of mine, and the world had lost one of its most prodigious intuitives. I attended her funeral in Bereznik and was surprised to learn that she had left her mala beads to me. In her will, she wrote that this was because of our shared appreciation for their purpose. These days, I do not desire a connection with the spirit world. I'm old. I am in my old age and content in my understanding of the universe. For this reason, I have decided that the time has come for me to part with the blessed mala beads. They deserve to be with someone who will use them for their true purpose. To the person who purchases the blessed mala beads, please do so with the intent of honoring their original owner. Use them to find meaning in life and to provide guidance to those who are struggling. Two things today's world is in desperate need of. The item will be meticulously packaged and delivered with a copy of its history. Thank you for hearing this tall tale, and I wish you all the best. Sincerely, J.W. Smithworth.